So let's do a brief look into just idea of with attacking turtle. There are many ways in which a person can be on the bottom when he's a turtle. But let's try to identify just certain conditions that will just help you put these things together a little better and just have certain standard operating procedures which you go with, and if they do fail, you'll at least know where you failed. Okay? So as far as turtle is concerned, assuming you're doing Jiu-Jitsu, he has two concerns in this position. One is his neck, because if he allows me to get a strangle arm in, it could become dangerous. The other thing he doesn't want to allow is me getting hooks in. Okay, and this is a scoreable position in Jiu-Jitsu, and which is why he'll tend to block that space off if he feels the need to. Now, compare that with wrestling. Very rarely will you find people go to their elbows, because the idea with wrestling is to pin somebody, and the closer he is to the ground, the less athletic he is and easier for me to start pinning him. So he'll actually be on his palms so that he can perform some sort of stand-up technique a lot more quicker, as opposed to being on his elbows, because then he would first have to get onto his palms. So assuming that he has an open turtle, and let's say his palms on the mat, as a Jiu-Jitsu guy, it is possible to get a strangle arm in. The consequences of that may vary depending on his skill, but ideally if you see some sort of open position, it does make sense to get in a strangle arm or some sort of upper body grip. But if you're going with closed turtle, you don't have those grips anymore, because probably he's doing a good job like blocking you off. He's not letting you get these grips in. Okay? And the longer I fight here, eventually what's going to happen, assuming he's a Jiu-Jitsu guy again, he's going to be able to turn into guard fairly easily. So if I'm here and I'm trying to attack, I end up inside his guard. So anytime I recognize that my training partner has a closed turtle, I need to stop thinking about making upper body grips, because they don't give me the result that I need. The first thing I need to do is try and break him down to a hip. Okay? And obviously there's some technique associated with it, but for the most part, if I were to maybe stop his ankle and grab his head in some way and start to drive him, I'd be breaking him down. Now the problem with that though is, maybe I end up getting stuck in his guard. So in Jiu-Jitsu, you'll find less of driving, because driving tends to give you guard. So I need to become athletic, and let's say I dump him, I need to be athletic and start to move to his back if I really want to have success with it. Not saying you can't do that, but there's an added element of athleticism. Another route I can go with, rather than pushing him, is also pulling him. I need to position myself correctly in order to do that. My hips are going to be close to him, and my knee is blocking his knee. I have a grip on his hip, but it's superficial. I'm not going elbow deep. If I go elbow deep, my arm tends to get trapped. Either he's going to maki-komi roll me, and I'm going to end up on the bottom, or he's going to trap my arm in an unfavorable way where I feel like I can't do anything, and I'll be spending my time trying to pull out instead of attacking him. Okay? So make a shallow enough grip, but I'm curling my forearm over the hip, just so that there's tightness. Now, if I just try to knock him down, I'm not going to have success with it. What I first need to do is get his weight onto this knee, the inside knee there. And I'm going to do that by leaning my body weight. And now you'll notice that this knee starts to feel a little light for him. Okay? And your training partner will give you this feedback. I'm not trying to knock him down yet, I'm just loading up and making him off balanced. When I feel that off balance, and I feel that all his weight's there, if I were to take this knee out, and I ask him to move this knee, so I block it, I make him lean his weight, and now I take it off. And at this point, it's going to be hard for him to try to move his knee. Okay? So I'm getting him to that point, and I'm going to take my knee off, and then break it down. Okay? I'm not trying to overly exert any sort of force or anything. It's just my body weight doing that work and then taking the stop off and pulling. Okay? And right when I drop him, he has a couple of things that he can do. He can't avoid being dropped to the hip beyond the point, but he can choose not to drop on his shoulder. Or maybe as I pull him, he's not as good and he drops to his shoulder as well. I pull him and he drops to his shoulder. This may yield in a back kick. One step further from this sometimes is as I pull, he'll try to play guard against me. And these are the conditions when he drops his shoulder and his hip. Okay? Now, you as the person who's doing this, let's not get too carried away with the reactions. Let's just focus on the technique of getting his weight onto this knee and breaking him down. Your training partner will have the option of either falling onto the shoulder and the hip or just the hip alone. Okay? Get this concept going and then we'll add more and more details as to how to attack when his hip does drop.